purpose will always beat pleasure. And if you feel like your life is just out of control and you're not making progress, or you are making progress, but you lack meaning and you don't feel fulfilled, that is because you're not chasing your purpose. And instead, you're being ran through the ground with your pleasures. Think of it this way. Pleasures, the way you differentiate, is this for pleasure or is this purpose? Is that a pleasure is short-term gratification. It is for your body and your mind. It is not for your soul, okay? Or your spirit. That's one way to look at it. For example, when you do drugs, this is a very easy example. Hey guys, I used to do this. Let me get into a small story. When I was 14, 15, 16, I was smoking weed every day. Every day. In fact, it got so bad, because it wasn't just every day, it was multiple times a day. It got so bad that it got to a point where it was more normal to see me high than to see me not high. Okay? In fact, I didn't feel like myself unless I was high. I didn't. And that's how you know you're truly addicted to something, is when you literally don't feel like yourself. When your identity becomes enmeshed in the thing. So anyways, I was smoking weed all the time, bro. And by the way, this tattoo, it has to do with this concept, which is in 2016, I had the worst year of my life, bro. Worst year of my life. I got expelled from 2 different schools in a matter of 3 months. And I was going to this private all-male Catholic school for the first one. So guys, my life was just going downhill when I was 16. I was smoking weed. I was doing a lot of bad shit. And man, it looked like my life was just gone to shit. All I wanted to do was get high and skateboard. That's it. I would skateboard the streets of San Francisco and I would just bullshit all day. Didn't have any purpose. No purpose at all. In fact, I can recall this vivid memory. It's embarrassing. It's literally embarrassing of a memory. I can recall this vivid memory where I'm literally in like this, I don't know what you call it, almost like it was like my friend's house, but the thing is that his mom was there, so we had to like sneak into this thing. It was like this fucking hallway thing, but it was empty. It wasn't like a nice looking hallway at all. It was like this shitty, tiny, weird hallway. Kind of creepy. And we're in this hallway, me and my like 3 fucking friends, right? And I'm just out here smoking a bong. He's passing the backwood. And we're like scrolling through Instagram, looking at IG baddies. We're literally just looking at bad Latinas. We used to always say that too. Like, yo, like, it was like a thing. It was like, damn, she's bad. Look how bad she is. We would look at these fucking girls as we're smoking weed, as if we were ever gonna fucking see these girls. It was fucking crazy. When I think about what I used to do, it's like, damn, I was a fucking loser. But in the moment, I didn't think I was a loser. I thought I was cool. I thought I was a cool guy. Fucking crazy, isn't it? I thought everybody else was a loser. I thought those people with a real job were losers. I thought people who didn't drink were losers. I thought people who didn't smoke didn't get it. Nah, they don't get it. That was like a thing in my head. It was like, nah, they don't get it. Anyways, fast forward. I got out of that rut because when I was 16, April 16, I got into a skateboarding accident. I literally get into a skateboarding accident. I end up at the hospital. I have like broken ribs, a fucking lacerated liver, which by the way, I had no idea what that meant until that moment. Basically, it means your liver was fucking cut. It's a fancy way of saying cut. I had a lacerated liver. I had a concussion, first time in my life. And then, dude, I remember once I recovered from that in like a week or so, I just got back to doing the same shit. And then 1 month later, I had appendicitis. May 16. So April 16, I got the skateboarding thing. May 16, I got appendicitis. One had to do with my fuck up. The second one had nothing to do with my fuck up. It was like God slapping me in the face because I haven't really fixed my life yet. And guess what happened? Well, it's such a crazy story when I think about it. It's like, bro, both of these events happened around like 11 p.m. And both of these events, I was like recovering and in the hospital bed and like aware of what happened at like 1 a.m. You want to know something crazy? I was born on August 11th at 1 a.m. Fucking weird, right? Weird shit, okay? Really weird shit, bro. Man, am I walking the right way? Yo, guys, give me a second. Let me just make sure I'm walking the right way, all right? I am walking the right way. But anyways, so, you know, when I figured this stuff out, the whole, like, birthday timing thing, and I'm laying in bed, and I'm just like, yo, there's so much synchronicities here. Like, I don't think this is a coincidence. I think God is trying to tell me something. I think the universe is trying to tell me something. I think it's trying to tell me to fix my fucking life. I couldn't even explain to you why it felt that way, but it just felt that way. I mean, think of it this way, bro. The numbers were all correlating to my birthday, which is my rebirth, my birth. So it's almost like I was like, dude, I'm being born again. That's what's happening. And then I thought, since it's 2016 and I'm also 16 years old, well, in 2017, when I'm 17, I'm going to be healed. I'm going to be a new person. I'm going to finally level up. I'm going to stop going downhill in life. And guess what happened? It happened, man. When I was 17, I literally got my dream girl. I literally got this girl that I've been obsessed with since I was like 13 years old, bro. She became my girlfriend. I got in better shape. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped getting kicked out of school as I graduated high school. Guys, I was winning, man. I was winning at 17, bro. I gained a bunch of muscle. I was winning, dude. Small note. If you're going through a rough season, it's on you to really take the setback as a time of rebirth and change your whole identity and then come out the other side a monster. A new person, bro. A new fucking person. I was a new person by 17 from 16. Anyways, the second part of the story, and by the way, since then I haven't been getting better. I haven't stopped improving in life. Okay? Anyways, so the reason I got the tattoo, there's a second part of it, which is way later on after this whole event happened, back like 2022. I'm on a date with this girl. Forgot her name. I forgot what she looked like. Oh, I kind of remember what she looked like. I just remembered. She was a Brazilian girl. She's kind of cute. She had a really nice little accent. We were vibing, bro. We were having a great time. And, bro, I'm looking at her tattoos, and I see 1616 on her chest. And I'm just like, yo, what does that mean? She's like, this means to begin again. It's essentially renewal. To let go of who you are and become a new person. To let go of what was and start something new. And I remember I was like, interesting. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. But a few minutes later, it hit me. And I was like, holy fuck. That's what happened to me. On 2016, when I was 16, on May 16th, on April 16th. That's what happened to me. Another weird thing is like there's those 4 correlations, and 4 times 4 is 16, but whatever. So after that, I literally told her, I was like, holy fuck, that reminds me of my story. Maybe one day I'll get that tattoo. 2 years later, or a year later, I got the tattoo. By the way, it's one of the tattoos people always talk about. And when they look at me, I tell them what that girl said. I'm like, yeah, it means renewal. It means to start again. It means to let go of who you are to become somebody different. And I have it here, right there, so visible, because every time I wake up and I put cold water on my face, I remind myself that it's a new fucking day. And I can always start again. I can always start fresh. And it's such a good mindset, dude. It's such a good mindset. Anyways, purpose over pleasure. Right? Let's talk about that. That story essentially highlights me when I was chasing pleasure. And now you're looking at a man who chases purpose. Now here's the difference. Or not the difference. Here's a very important point. I'm not saying you can never have pleasure. I'm not saying to not be happy in this life. Guys, I'm having pleasure from doing this. This is fun for me. I promise you I like doing this. But it's also my purpose. I'm helping people out. And by the way, if you don't know what your purpose is, I'm going to give it to you right now. Become the best man you can be and give that man away to everybody. Help people out and help yourself out. That's simple, dude. It's that fucking simple. So yeah, you're looking at the guy who chases purpose, and by the way, it's 10 years past that story. I'm 26. And let's just say, like, my life has been so amazing. It really has been. When I really look back and I really think about all the experiences I've had, and all the ups, all the downs, all the people I've met, I can't help but just be so proud and happy of myself, dude. Like, imagine if I would have just kept chasing pleasure. Just imagine what would have happened. This wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have become this charismatic. I wouldn't have become this confident. I wouldn't have felt this happy about life. I wouldn't have inspired so many men and helped thousands of people with their social confidence. I wouldn't have dated all the girls I've dated. Like, I wouldn't have done any of that shit. I would have just been stuck in that hallway at 26 years old, on my phone, scrolling, looking through fucking TikTok, women dancing or some shit, and smoking the next blunt. And you might be there right now. That might be you right now, man. So if you want some help, I got you. Click the link in the description if you want to join my Patreon group. For a limited time, I am giving everybody a free one-on-one call. That's right, you heard correctly. A free one-on-one call. Now, it's not going to be this super long call, but I will talk to you personally. I will call you up, and I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to make sure you know what the fuck to do in this group. I'm going to know your problems. I'm going to speak to you personally. I'm going to give you some advice. I'm going to tell you what videos to watch in the group. Because there's hours and hours of content in that group. If you think this is good, there's better shit in that group. So come on, if you want to get better at life, you want to improve your habits, you want to get better at dating, you want to become more confident, more charismatic, become the best version of yourself, click that link. Besides that, have an amazing day, everyone, because I'm having a fucking incredible day. Incredible. Have a great day, guys. Peace.